Boss, I won't do it. This is a sport meant for bare knuckle going. The code of the gladiators. Instead, I look like a reject from Dino Riders. Maybe if you ask Arnold and Jesse, they'll give you their opinion on it too. Hello everybody, Sparkster1701 here, and we're taking a look at, this time around, at one of the many exclusive figures for Legacy. This is Red Cog. Now, Red Cog is an exclusive to Target stores, and judging by what I've seen, he's pretty much been a shelf warmer for quite a while now. Red Cog, of course, is a character that appeared in the Netflix animated series during the War for Cybertron run, since he was just basically a color swap of the Cog character. And of course, Cog did get a toy released back in the Siege toy line, so Red Cog is basically just a repaint of that toy, but he includes more accessories. So, of course, that also unfortunately means that Red Cog is also a weaponizer. And the weaponizer thing has kind of been a divisive thing for the fans. I mean, I get it, since he's one that breaks down, he technically doesn't really transform, but I didn't really mind the weaponizer thing all that much, because it did introduce a new way to play with them. And it also brought some of the more obscure characters from the G1 era to life. Since Cog, who Red Cog is based on, and all the other weaponizers that were released through the War for Cybertron line, they were all characters that had been included with the base type toys in the Generation 1 era. And as such, many of those little tiny characters were mainly just helper robots for the giant robot. And in some cases, they were basically built out of added pieces that were needed for the giant robot's city mode. So basically, they could be used as other means of play, but they really didn't get any characterization on the show or in any of the media, since all they were supposedly just drones. But thanks to the War for Cybertron cartoon, it kind of showed that there's a little bit more to them than that. Alrighty, we're going to take a look here at Red Cog and all of his accessories. He's basically going to be just like Cog in the fact that his entire body is a loose accessory, but we're going to cover the big ones, starting with all these guns. Alright, as you can see here attached to his backside, he has two of these type of guns, which are just a couple of ordinary spare rifles. The instructions really don't have a place to put these on him, so I just stuck them on his back. That way he won't lose them. Get those off of him. And then, of course, he's got two more in his hands. We'll start with this one here in his left hand. This one's kind of nice. It's a tri-barreled gun, as you can see. A nasty little weapon. And then, of course, we got this big one here in the other hand. A little bit oversized, but I do like the... we got the shoulder stock here, and we got some things here for cooling the gun. Kind of reminds me of the Stormtrooper rifle that's used in Star Wars. And moving right along, we got this gun here attached to his arm. And of course, this gun comes apart because the barrel can be removed. So like I said, he does have a lot of accessories. Then of course, there are these guns mounted on his hands, which are just basically expanded barrels. You got one here, it's kind of like a short gun. It's got some blue paint job to it. And of course, we also have this one with a purple paint job in it. And then of course, like we said, a fair amount of him is removable because he does break down. Since his arms and legs all do remove, which you'll see as we transform him. This is just to kind of show you he does do that. But before we start getting into... oh yeah, there's a couple more accessories here. There's these canisters here on his chest. These things are also accessories. They're just kind of hollow on the other side. So, there we go. Now that we've got all the accessories off, we'll take a look at his articulation. The head can be turned from side to side. It's on a shifting platform, so it doesn't really look up and down a lot. His arms, due to the fact that they come off, do not raise outward at all, but you can rotate them at the shoulder. He does bend at the elbow 90 degrees, and he does have a swivel at the bicep. He can be twisted at his hips, but of course there's a section where he can have his hip removed. You can spread his legs apart into a full splits. As you can see, the leg comes off just like that. He does have something of a thigh cut, but that's, of course, that's where his legs come off at. You can raise his leg up at the hip 90 degrees. You can watch him drop the other leg on the floor. And he can bend his leg at the knee greater than 90 degrees. Alright. Time to put him together and get ready to transform him. Okay, to transform Red Cog into his alternate mode, we're going to start by we separate his body into the upper and lower portions. Now, with the upper body, we take his head and turn it around before we fold it down, like so. And then you will remove his arms. And then the arms can be attached to his chest. Like so. And then you will take his legs, you'll fold down this piece here at the hip. So that it forms a little tracked vehicle. And then the two of them can be connected together. Like so. Then you would take these matching guns and fit them into the posts. Right here at the back. And then there you'd have it. You have a half-tracked vehicle. But of course, when they were separate, they more resembled the gasket and grommel vehicles that came with Fortress Maximus. They could also be combined like that and driven around together, but they were intended to be separate vehicles on the G1 toy. So this is kind of nice. It gives you a nice play value. He does roll pretty good. But he does have an alternative means of being played with here with this. To do that, we simply take the guns out. You'll move the arms from up front into his hip area, like that. And you'll get the purple barrel. We'll attach it to this gun here. Get the small blue gun, put it upside down, back here. For some reason, the instructions seem to think that a lot of these barrels detach. Ah, they do. On this gun here, the barrel does detach. You remove that barrel. Replace it with this long, or replace it with the really long one. And then you can attach it here. Take the barrel you just removed, put it in the really small gun. And apparently, if you keep the legs straight like that, you can put it in here. Take this other gun, attach it into this, attach it here. I said attach, not break. There we go. And then, of course, attach the energon canisters here along the side. And Red Cog certainly looks like he's coming for war. That'd definitely make an impression. Now, of course, Cog here can be built into accessories. We've got him broken down here. So we're going to start by looking at one of them. Well, we've got his body set up like this. We will then take and fold this section down so that it will go over his head like so. Then we'll fold out this little post. Then we come here to his legs. We'll fold the kneecaps down. And inside. And nope, we don't do that on this one. My mistake. We instead, once we get this one back out, we gotta reconnect them to his body. As we come around here to the back of his torso, we're gonna raise out another post. Then we flip him upside down and bend him at the knees like so. Then we would attach his arm guns in here like this. And then you can take the two regular guns, mount them inside. Then you have a backpack and a shield. And of course we'll demonstrate them here with skids. This is the pain in the butt part, so this is probably part of why the weaponizers did not catch on. It's due to the fact that having to do something like that. And of course his arm full, excuse me. And then here you go. We've got him set up. Took a little effort, but we finally got it in there. Turn it to the side so you can see we did attach it. So you got a nice backpack unit with some guns hanging overhead. And this one, I mean, at first I thought it was going to be a shield, but they kind of display it like it's an extra gun. So that's one way to work with him. Now, of course, we have a separate option as well. This time you just use the upper portion like this. This time for the lower one, we have to take that piece off and then fold the kneecaps inwards. So then we'll take his hip piece. They want us to fold out the tab. There we go. Got the tab out. And then, of course, you would take the arms and mount them in these plugs. Like that. So that basically you can attach this portion now to his back. The legs get attached down here. Give him some leg extenders. Like that. I just threw the one piece on the floor as I'm trying to get Skids to stand. Then he can use this piece as an actual shield. Like that. And then you can make him hold the guns by putting one in his hand. I want you to adjust the arm a bit so the other one can be side fitting like so. So while that's all nice and good, it kind of renders a lot of the other pieces useless in this way. So now we get to my thoughts. What do I think of Red Cog? Well, this one's a hard sell, folks. I mean, the exclusivity makes him somewhat rarer, but judging by the fact that for several months I've constantly seen him on the shelves at Target, he's not selling. The weaponizer concept was cute when it started, but since this character's just a repaint of one and given tons of extra pieces, it's just hard to justify wanting him. The extra pieces help distinguish this one from the original Cog. Not like the paint job would have done as well, but it still makes for a hard sell just due to the fact we got all these extra pieces, and aside from a bonus add-ons for his robot and alternate forms, they don't really serve a purpose. I mean, yeah, you can probably give them to spread them out amongst the other Transformers so that you have more guns to use, but beyond that, they really don't serve much of a purpose. So this is probably one of them that was better off. They probably shouldn't have bothered, really. Red Cog probably would have been better served just being forgotten as a background character in the cartoon. At any rate, that's my look at the Legacy version of Red Cog. I hope you all enjoyed it. And please do remember that if you like the content we feature on this channel, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. This is Sparkster1701 saying I will catch you all later.